Thanks for joining today. We are with Mark Porter and David Barton from Overwatch by Highwire. They are going to walk us through their services offering and also give us some of their insights into the managed security space. And with that, we'll kick that off. And Mark, could you give us a little idea of what your title is at Overwatch?
Sure. Well, thanks for having us, Kevin. My title is the president and CEO of Highwire Networks, and Overwatch is our managed security portfolio. And I get the joy of working with David and his team in whatever capacity they need for assistance.
Great. And how long have you been with the organization?
I have been with the organization for about 20 years, which is actually, we just passed our 20-year anniversary this week. So Overwatch is the newest sub-business in our portfolio, if you will. But the entire business has been around delivering services to channel partners for 20 years.
Congratulations on that milestone.
Thank you.
What was your experience prior to basically founding Overwatch in the Highwire?
Might say it's a little bit of a long, strange trip. I got started in technology just before this. I'd spent a few years working in telecom in a group that was affiliated with the small business division of, at the time, Lucent. And so I sold phone systems. And prior to that, I had the toughest sales job in the world. I sold jail. I was a police officer for a few years in the Chicago suburbs.
All right, thank you. So what are the primary services that Highwire provides in addition to Overwatch?
Thank you for asking that, Kevin. Highwire Networks is a comprehensive solution provider for some of the largest technology integrators, VARs, manufacturers in the world. And we provide services both in the US and abroad. And those services range from layer one cabling at some pretty good scale on up to more advanced route switch, WLAN, and lots of offshoots of all of that. So if you've ever been in, say, high-end retail phone store that people like to hang out for the experience in, we've done most of the installation work of the technology in those facilities, everything from wireless to route switch. We really deploy at scale for customers that have hundreds of sites or thousands of sites. That's not to say we don't do lots of onesie twosie stuff, but one of the things that I think is truly unique about us is in addition to being 100% channel, we're vendor agnostic and technology agnostic, and work with our partners in a you plus us mode where we're really there to extend their brand. So whatever they're selling, whatever they need, we get the right person, right place, right time, right tools, and the right skills.
Great, thank you. What led Highwire to launch Overwatch?
Well, I like to say with everything we do, you start with your customer. I'm not really one to go out in search of demand or in search of customers and build a solution for a problem that may or may not exist. In this case, our partners asked us a lot about what we're doing in the cloud space or what's next, what types of other solutions are we planning on delivering. And we looked at a lot of different solutions around managed services. And what we came to was that security we viewed as the most critical, the most in demand, and frankly, the most rapidly evolving and changing frontier in that space. And something that when we looked, especially across the mid-market and down, we looked and saw that partners really needed someone to do it right. As we built it out, we learned exactly how complicated and expensive it is to do it the right way, but it took a little more time and a lot more money. But by bringing the right people, David's been able to bring, decades of experience to it and lots of great relationships and help hone and shape the sales side of it and the product side of it. Phil Burnett has been able to come in and really help us with the operationalizing of it and bringing years and years of experience as a global operator in the space. So by bringing those people together, what we saw is the ability to go from trusted partner for 20 years to a trusted authority in the space, and to really help our partners. And frankly, it became a passion for us, aside from just the business, especially looking at that mid-market and down, because we think we can do it better, more affordably, and bring security to a market that desperately needs it, but thinks it's impossible to attain.
Kind of as an offshoot of that, and a follow-on question, one of the key risks that we see a lot of our clients looking at is they tend to do business with much larger organizations, and those larger organizations are now starting to require a level of security for them that they are struggling to obtain, and there's significant downside if they end up being breached and then their client is breached through that trusted connection. So I think from our perspective, having you as a partner, that helps us ensure or bring some peace of mind to those clients that are facing that situation.
That's a really critical area, and David could go on and on about it. I'll just say my 2 cents on it. David talks a lot about third-party risk as one of the things that he sees as the biggest frontier. And if you look at what's happening, it's not going to be a want to have soon. It's going to be a must have, because any supplier or sub-supplier who's doing business with the government, 2020 was supposed to be the year that they were going to audit 85% of those government suppliers' securities. And that goes all the way downstream to sub-suppliers and anyone subject to the flow downs. That obviously got delayed because of COVID, but it's coming. Additional regulation is coming, and any enterprise that's doing business with third parties and allowing people access to their system needs to really be thinking, and not just about products, which is how a lot of people think about it. They need to be thinking about a strategy around third-party risk and a solution that's based on an objective or an outcome that they look to achieve.
Yeah, to that end, we've been involved in several very large-scale recoveries for large organizations that were compromised because of a trusted connection that they had to a smaller vendor. So it is very real out there, and the exploit is becoming more and more common, and the financial impact of those smaller organizations and those larger organizations is getting larger and larger as well.